With Batman Arkham Shadow's release coming out this Tuesday, I thought I would make a video talking about the things I hope that are in Batman Arkham Shadow. Now, just for preference, I haven't really looked at anything at all, just in terms of marketing. I haven't really looked at trailers. I haven't looked at much gameplay footage. So this is all things that they could have already announced as true or not going to be in the game. So I just want to preface this by saying that, and if you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, and I'm going to see what I can do about getting gameplays up. I got the MetaQuest 3, so I have everything all ready to go. I just need to figure out how to get the gameplay to be able to record on OBS and whatnot, so I'm going to try my best to figure that one out, so bear with me. But there are a few things I do hope that are in Batman Arkham Shadows, so without wasting too much of your time, let's get into it. The first thing that I hope is in this game is decent map size. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, over the past few years, it seems to become a trend that bigger always means better. If you look at games like GTA 5, Batman Arkham Origins, even the Batman Arkham Knight, Red Dead Redemption 2, these games have extremely large maps, and generally, I'm personally not the biggest fan of that. If we have a map something similar to Batman Arkham City, that would be preferable, and I'm talking a map where it's the same size, but you can glide anywhere. Batman Arkham Origins was a map I wasn't a massive fan of, especially with that long bridge, and that could still be in the game because it takes place not long after Batman Arkham Origins, so it could be in the game theoretically, which would mean fast travel, which me personally, I don't really want fast travel in the game. I think it would be extremely cool to glide around Gotham City as Batman, so I think that would be an awesome feature. However, I also don't want the map to be too big to where it takes several minutes to glide across the map, because otherwise this might sound kind of weird, but I might think of it almost like that's filler in a game, right? When you're taking longer to fly across the map and there's no fast travel option, then that might just be the game having more filler in it, so that it seems like the game's longer than it actually is. So I hope that, the developers of this game have figured out a way to make the map a decent enough size to where it's not too big, but I don't want something necessarily too small like Batman Arkham Asylum. I think something like Batman Arkham City would be absolutely perfect in this game, so I hope that's the general map size we're going to get. The next thing that I hope is in Batman Arkham Shadow is more of a character thing, and I hope that Batman's character developments made in Batman Arkham Origins kind of sticks to him. Now, you understand in the very first Batman Arkham Origins game, Batman was a very angry, loner type who had a massive ego and kind of felt like he can do everything on his own. But as the game goes on, he comes to understand that there are people around him that can help him if he allows them to, and they can aid him and assist him in things, such as with the bridge incident with Firefly and the whole bombs going off. Batman even admits he could have used Gordon's help. Or when Alfred almost dies, he learns the lesson that he needs a team. He needs a team around him to help him make Batman a stronger force in Gotham to stop criminals. And because Batman, almost in a way, there's a couple different things I think that go on there. I think it's attachment issues. I think because of his parents' death, he doesn't want to get close to anybody because he doesn't want to lose them. And that's a very obvious thing I'm stating there, right? But I also think that Batman just thinks that he can do it on his own. Right? He doesn't think he needs a team because he thinks he is enough to stop all the criminals in Gotham, stop all the corruption with the police department and probably all the politicians that take place in Gotham. He thinks he could take them on his own because of his ego, but he does learn throughout the course of the game that, hey, I do need a team around me. I do need people who can help me. And I think that I want to see those growth adjustments made in Batman Arkham Shadow, because you see in Batman Arkham Asylum, City, and Night, he's a lot more calm, a lot more patient. He is very forceful when he has to be when interrogating thugs. However, he's a lot more calm and not as angry, and you can see that he's an experienced veteran. So I want a solid middle ground where he does still have some of that anger and he's trying to work out the kinks and the edges as he continues to grow, but at the same time, still show, that some of that maturity and that growth that he would have made through Batman Arkham Origins and that he carries into Batman Arkham Asylum, City, and Night. The third thing that I hope is in Batman Arkham Shadow, this is going to sound a little bit interesting, and I want you to bear with me here. No Joker in the main campaign. If the Joker is in a side mission of some sort, and the Joker, in some sort of capacity might be a DLC, that's fine. I just don't want him to be like another plot twist Batman Arkham Origins type, where it turns out, oh, it wasn't Black Mask, it was Joker. Oh, it's not Rat King, it's Joker. I don't want that in this game. No more plot twist like that. I want to see an actual different main villain that actually gets the limelight. Because we've seen time and time again in the Batman Arkham games, regardless of who's the main villain, Joker takes over, right? Batman Arkham City, oh, it's not actually Hugo Strange that's the main villain, it's the Joker. It's not actually Black Mask who's the main villain, it's the Joker. It's not actually Scarecrow in the Arkham Knight who's the main villain, it's the Joker. Even though the Joker's dead in that game, he still seems to take main priority. And I understand why that happens. It's because, the game will sell better when the Joker's in it, because the Joker is a name that people recognize. And I just hope that the developers don't go down the same path that previous developers like Rocksteady and WB have gone down with using the Joker because it's a default selling point. Now, if you want to use him in a side mission or if you want to use him in a DLC, that I can get behind and can completely understand and would want to play something like that. Maybe do something similar to a Cold Heart type, a Harley Quinn's Revenge. Do some type of DLC like that and I can absolutely get behind it. Or A Matter of Family is actually the perfect example of a Joker DLC in a video game. That is something I can get behind, but in the main campaign, I kind of want him just to be pushed aside on this one. I kind of just want to see something a little bit different. This fourth thing is the thing that I am literally the most passionate about, because I have seen that Harvey Dent is going to be in this game before he becomes Two-Face. Well, I want to see that transition of where he becomes Two-Face. I've been saying this for a while now, and I said it in my video on If I Wrote Batman Arkham Origins 2, which, if I wrote Batman Arkham Origins 2, I made Harvey Dent the main villain of that game, and I want to see that transition. Something similar to maybe what Batman the Telltale series did, or maybe something similar to The Dark Knight, something that a lot of people would understand. I want to see that transitional period where Harvey Dent turns into Two-Face, but maybe make it a little bit slower, right? The Dark Knight kind of just did like, his girlfriend dies, and then he gets burned, and then he becomes Two-Face. Felt like a bit of a rush process, because it was a movie they went so much time. However, in Batman the Telltale series, in my opinion, that's the best I've ever seen in terms of a transition. It's a slow process. You slowly see Harvey Dent losing his mind until he fully becomes unleashed and becomes Two-Face. And I want to see something like that here again in this game. I think this is something that could be a really cool concept if executed right, and I want to see something like that now. Because we haven't really seen that in the Batman Arkham franchise. Something new and something different, right? That's a phrase I keep using, something new and something different. Now, you could say, well, this game's on VR. That is something new and different. Well, in my opinion, that could be labeled as a negative thing, because more people have a PC, an Xbox, and a PlayStation than people have VRs. Nothing against VR. I like the VR. I use the VR. But in my opinion, that's already off to a negative start, having to buy a new console just for this game. And I'm getting a bit off track here, but point being, something new and something different, maybe with a little Harvey Dent Two-Face character development. The fifth and final thing that I hope is in this game, and I know it will be, but the way I want it done is a very specific thing, and that is the crime scene detective mode. I want something similar to the original Batman Arkham Origins, where it was very thorough, you had to rewind to connect certain clues. In my opinion, that was the best game for crime scene investigating. And I'm going to get into that more when I talk about the things Batman Arkham Origins did best video. But for the time being, we're talking about this specific game. I want to see something similar to Batman Arkham Origins with the really thorough crime scene detection, except I think in a VR sense, if you're in first person, I want to be able to have Batman be forced to really look down and really be thorough himself. Because I think if the game tells you where the clues are, then I think it kind of just makes it a little bit too easy. And if you're in the first person and you're going to put on the cowl and be Batman, I think you need to be able to be more thorough yourself. So the crime scene investigation thoroughness, I guess you could say, is what I want in Batman Arkham Shadow, almost as much as a Harvey Dent, really good villain arc. Something similar to that. And I just really want good crime scene investigation. I hope that's a side mission in this game. Something really good. Because Batman Arkham City, kind of mid. Batman Arkham Asylum pretty much didn't have any. And Batman Arkham Knights was good, but I think Origins tops it. So I want a Batman Arkham Origins type crime scene investigation. Guys, these are the 5 things that I want in Batman Arkham Shadow. Let me know what I missed down in the comments below. I'm sure there's quite a bit I missed, but I mostly just wanted to cover things that weren't just general topics. I wanted to get kind of a little bit more specific with it. So let me know anything I missed down in the comments below. Let me know things you guys want to see in Batman Arkham Shadow. And let me know down in the comments if you want me to do a Let's Play style, playthrough, or if you want me to do it on live stream. Either way, I can do it either way for you guys. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Make sure you guys subscribe for more content. We're trying to get to 1,000 subs. And when I get to 1,000 subs, guys, we are going to play all 4 Batman Arkham games in one day on live stream. So make sure that you guys stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure to subscribe for more content. Peace!